Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Niagara. Niagara is a pretty old game. The game was released in 2004. That's 14 years ago. But it's only just got to the table. I've only just got a copy of it, to be fair. I really like this game. I think it's a game that holds up, even though it's super old. It's available through Rio Grande Games. It plays up to 5 players, and it leaves itself open to a lot of in fighting, I guess. The whole essence of the game is that you're traveling down the Niagara River towards Niagara Falls or near Niagara Falls, and there's spaces where you'll be able to pick up the little coloured gem, and you will put them into your boat, and you'll bring your boat back up onto the shore to unload your boat, which is all well and good, but everyone has to play 1 through 6 plus a change of the speed of the river. So what that means is that if you're playing a 1 through 6 and you have to play one of those, you can't always go the same amount. So, for example, the quickest one to get through is about 4 spots away. You use the 4 to get to there. It takes you 2 movements to pick up gems from a spot. So you might use the 6 to get back. However, by the time you've got around to your second turn, the river has moved. So that's pushed you further down river, which means that you're using the 6 to move not 4 spots, not 6 spots. You haven't even got the gem yet. There's a whole math thing going on with it where it's next to impossible to actually pick up the gem and get back in the same turn. So you end up picking up a gem early on and then fighting the current to get back upstream, back upstream, back upstream, because the stream is constantly moving down. Now, within your pile of cards that you have to play there's one that changes the weather. Now you can play that early to change the weather down, and that will benefit everyone. But what ends up happening invariably is everyone plays that late, and so everyone's kind of playing that on top of each other and moving the weather. You have to move it once you play it. So someone might move it later, while someone might move it earlier, and there's only so far earlier it can go. There's so far later it can go as well, but it's better to be earlier because that's going to slow down the river. The later you go, the faster the river moves, and so the harder that is to fight again. That's the essence of this game. I think it's a really wonderful little game. I think that more people should play it. I've only just come across it, and that's a problem. I should have come across this a lot earlier. I think that it's only got so much play that you're able to do of it in one turn, so I will desperately try to play it within a year. But I fear that it's been overlooked. I think that we should look back at some of these games that have been overlooked for the cult of the new type stuff, because there's a lot of really good games come out within the last 10 years even. I know this is 2004, which is more than 10 years ago, but it's still a good game. Yes, it's got problems. Yes, you look at it and go, okay, so I'm stuck in this spot where I'm having to try and go upstream, and I want to, the winner of the game is the person who collects 4 of the same colour, or 1 of each colour. So I try for 4 of those same colours with a large number of players. I'm not going to get it because a lot of players taking from the same spot will reduce the number of gems that are in that spot, and so therefore being able to get the 4 from that spot isn't going to happen because there aren't 4 available. Which means that you have to then go on to try and get 1 of each gem. But getting those gems at the bottom is really hard. So it might actually be quicker and easier to just get 7 of different gems, or any gems. As long as you get up to the 7 of the any gems, you will win the game, if you can be the first to get to that. On top of that is a stealing mechanism, which, you know what, it looks really good on paper. It doesn't come up that often. It comes up sometimes, but not that often, that you'll be able to, because you can only steal from other boats by getting up to where they are, rather than moving back to where they are. It suddenly makes it a little bit harder to do that. But, you know, it's a thing that exists within the game, and it's fine. I think that the older games have some really nice elements to them. Some of these games that have been kind of pushed to the side and forgotten about, they've got some really cool elements. This one has a great element of circle. And you'll see in my videos the circle discs that get pushed down the river that basically show the speed of the river moving are really nice. They're just an acrylic plastic disc, But you don't get that in games that often anymore. The boats, they look like boats. You don't get that in games often anymore. Well, you might get that in games, but there's not many games about boating. So the gems themselves, they're lovely little tactile gems. They mess up my eyes. Some of them colours look really similar depending on what they're sitting on. But, you know, there's always people around the table that can help you out with that if that is a problem for you as well as it's a problem for me. I'm going to stop talking about my problems now and talk more about the game. The design on this game back in 2004, it sits fine with the design of games of now. The only issue that I found with this game in terms of the design is that it's supposed to sit on top of the two boxes. So you sit the two boxes next to each other, the lid and the base of the box, but the problem is that they're not quite the same height. And if your board is not sitting at the same height all the way along, they get to the middle and there's just this little spot where the discs go over the top of each other. It's a really fine gripe, it's a really small detailed problem, but it's a problem nonetheless. So I've tried playing it with it flat on the table and still have the same problems. So I'm not sure where the issue with that is. I'll need to work that out, but I do know that sitting on top of the two boxes, one of them's higher than the other box, so it doesn't quite work either. I think that everyone should have a go at this game. I think that everyone should take some time to step back from the cold of the new and actually look at some of these older games. You can pick them up cheap, which is great for us, at least not for the shops, but it's great for us. Pick these games up cheap, have a go at it, have a play of it, and see what you think. I think that some of these older games that, you know what, it may have even gone out of print. I don't know. It's so old, but I only just got it. Maybe the shop was hanging on to it. Who knows? It doesn't matter. But have a look at it. See what you think. Let me know below in the comments what you think of Niagara. If you think this is a great game. I take photos on Twitter and Instagram and put them up of every game that I play. And I've got comments back on Niagara saying, oh, I remember that game. Or, oh, I really want to have a go at this game. This game's been around for a really long time, but people still want to have a go at it. It's because they've seen it. They've seen pictures of it, but they haven't played it. I think we need to step back from the cold of the new. I'm a demon for this one as well, by the way. I do like going after the new games. So what's new out? What's new out? I walk into the game shop and say, hey, what's new for me to buy? Rather than, oh, what's good? I think there's a discrepancy there. So anyway, I'm going to leave that alone right now. I'll leave that there where it is. Go on and watch my videos to see how the game plays and what the basic rules for the game are. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.